Okay, this time I'll be reviewing Bubble Bobble Old and New for the good old Game Boy Advance, also known as Bubble Bobble Revolution here in the States. One of the retro classics from my childhood. I remember checking this game out from the local rental place back in the day and loving every minute of it. This review is going to be completely unscripted too, so enjoy the improv. Now for the new version of the game, our first thing you'll notice is the updated graphics. There's rich, beautiful backgrounds, and all the monsters look a lot better that you're eating or popping, I guess. And yeah, the backgrounds are just pretty amazing for a Game Boy game. And for some reason, they added voice samples. Like he'll go, yeah, whenever he eats something or something of that nature when you start a new game even. And they changed the music so it's kind of got this funky bass line in the background over top of the classic do 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 do. So you got this really funky bass line in the back. It's not like the old bass line where it's like boom boom. It's like a real bass. And somehow the dinosaurs went on a diet and lost a bunch of weight. They're really skinny now, and that was kind of off-putting. And the gameplay is exactly the same as you remember it and I remember it, and it's just classic Bubble Bobble, except for the scrolling. The scrolling is, well, I guess they couldn't fit the whole screen on one little Game Boy Advance screen, so whenever you go up and down, it scrolls, which is actually very, very annoying because I died a few times trying to go down to see what the monsters were, and I just jumped right on top of them, and I jumped right into them. And you know, I remember it without scrolling. There was no scrolling in the original games, any of the versions. And that kinda threw me off a bit, because I don't like changing my classic games. And for the old version, it's the same classic game you remember from your childhood, except that this one scrolls too. And that was really annoying. And for some reason they used the same music in this version as they did in the new version. And that kind of threw me off, because if you're going to call something new and old, and you have the classic version and the new version, you should have the classic music that everybody remembers. I actually have a lot of fond memories of this game as a kid. I remember first time I played it, I had rented it. Yeah, I remember renting it a lot, and it was really good. Actually, I've beaten Bubble Bobble a few times in the Taito collection, 3 times with 3 different people. And the old game is available for the PlayStation 2 in the first Taito Legends collection. If you're into retro games and have $10, sorry, go pick it up at the GameStop. You won't regret it. But if you just like Bubble Bobble when you were a kid, you could probably pick this up in the bargain bin at your local Best Buy or even Kmart. If you're a hardcore fan of Bubble Bobble, definitely pick this up. Unless the scrolling's you're just gonna hate the scrolling. If you're just looking for some good old retro fun, I'd suggest picking it up too. And if you like it, you might want to hunt down a copy of Super Snow Brothers. It's got the same basic gameplay and it's a lot of fun. Final score, 7 out of 10, because it's not for everybody, and the scrolling up and down really bothered me. Till next time.